All right, so this is my setup for the shooting machine and testing of the speed of them. And my machine is set up so that whenever you get to full draw, it releases. So now this trigger has already released, but when you push it forward and you put the string into the groove, and then you pull back on the rope, and this pushes the string out. It sort of acts like a thumb ring, because the string is letting go to this side, and then there is the zipper, basically just to simulate Turkish technique. And then optimally the arrow should be released about the middle of the zipper. And then to connect the bow, I just have these inner tubes as holding the bow. It's a little soft, so it's I guess it's easier on the bows. And there is a small piece of leather here to soften the blow a little bit. And we have 4 bows to test. These 2 with mushamas on the grips, they were the ones that we brought to Istanbul. The slightly darker one, it has a bamboo core. This one has a maple. This one is, I think, about 80 pounds. This one is 73 at 27. I shot this one as well as my friend Ole also shot this one. Well, we shot a couple of shots with this, but then we switched to the heavier ones because we figured we could manage this. And I got 6.17 and Ole got 6.15. So they should be quite fast. The dark one is the one that shot 388 feet per second a couple of weeks ago. But back then it was a little bit heavier because I had afterwards I sanded it a little bit, sanded the glass so it was more manageable. But I'm quite curious how these are going to do today, because the strings are now fast flight, because my previous test was with a Dacron string. So they are 12 strand fast flight strings on all of them. These ones, they were too heavy, so I didn't bring them to Istanbul. I think this one is 603 pounds at 27, and this one is 110. So I think they're gonna be quite fast. I do expect with these arrows that all are 200 grains, I think they're gonna be like something like 400 plus, I hope. This first shot is just going to be from the first draw length. So I use these 3. There's the 24.5 and 26.5 and a 28.5. And this is the one that I got 388 with this bow previously. So let's see. And this did not read, so I need to adjust the chronograph a little bit. So let's try again. And this got a reading, and it got 300 exactly. And then I'll move it to 26.5 and let's see what kind of speed we get there. And this is kind of representative, I think. because it added 28 feet per second for another 2 inches of draw. It seems normal. And then finally we will do the 28.5. I have noted also 27.3, so maybe that is more accurate. I don't know. But this is the longest draw that I use for the shooting machine. Let's hope nothing breaks. Aha, I see a big number. 360. That's nice. So then we know that in Istanbul 360 feet per second. We didn't shoot any more than that because I don't think I drew it this far. And then we'll just switch to the 73 pound. It's very important to make sure that the knocks don't fall off the string when you draw the bow back, because what happens is that as you draw the string, it moves a lot. The angle here moves, so basically when you get to full draw, the arrow moves like this in regard to the string, and then it's very easy that these knocks they just fall off. If the knock doesn't fit well, so I had to put on some tape here. Let's see if it holds. So this is the 73 pound at the let's do the shortest draw first. Oh yeah, it's not so slow, this one either. It's 299. So then we draw a little bit farther. This is 25.3 or 26.5, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, 332 actually. And then finally the full draw, 27.3, I guess. Oh, so this one says 5, well, 353. So let's do quickly another replay of that at full draw in slow motion. So I'm not quite sure if this is believable, but it is 405. I'm not completely sure if that was a trustworthy result with 405, so let's do another check. Alright, I think maybe we have a conclusion, because that is 411. So that is 2 beyond 400. I guess that's trustworthy. Let's see how that matches up with the heavier bows. Let's do the 103 first, maybe. And I need to put on a little bit of tape on this, because the string wasn't quite thick enough. this is 103. I did have to put on some tape here because my zipper is slowly being eaten away. I think it's a little, the angle is not correct, but hopefully it holds. Let's start this from 24.5, or what is this, 23.3. The machine does have a tendency to get loose here. It looks like a lot of action, but anyways, from the shortest draw it was 320, which is quite good, I guess. I think the two first ones, they were 300 and 299. All right, so let's move the draw length to 25.3. I think I've been saying wrong all the time now, because the middle one is not 26.5, but it's closer to 25.3, which means that this one, the furthest one, is drawing to the middle of the zipper, which is the goal, I guess. Let's see how that works in slow motion. I do think I need to fix this a little bit better. Okay, well, I'll do that off camera, but anyways, this one is representative, I think. 351. That should be pretty good. So let's expect 370 or 375 for the next one, perhaps. 103 pounds at 27.3 inches of draw. That should be maximum. And that was 386. It's a little surprising that it's not faster than this. I thought it would pass 400. I think I'm gonna switch back to the 73 pound and just recheck those speeds, because it was getting 405 and 411, I think, and this 103 pound is just getting 386 at the max. So there must be something that is off. Let's recheck. So this is the 73 pound, and it is at the full draw. Let's see what it does. And I can see 282, so that's a bad reading. And I can see that the chronograph is a little bit misplaced. Let's try there. I think I found what was wrong. Both the chronograph and the knocking points were off. It seems like the serving is moving, or the knocking points are moving at least, because these two knocking points that are wrapped on there, they were not that far apart. So now I'm using it here. Let's see if that helps. So now hopefully we won't get this 405 misreading. Yeah, this one seems more believable, because this is 368. So let's do a final check on the full draw of the 73 pound before we move back to the 103 pound. Yep, I see 371. So that's pretty good. So this was the bow that shot 560 meters 2 times. Back to the 103 pound. Let's see what it does at full draw. Let's just go for that. Yeah, okay. So that is 381. So I think this is, well, first of all, my dovetail joint came loose again. But now it says 388. So I guess 381, 388 is to be expected from this bow, which was less than I was hoping for. But, well, maybe my 388 in the past with the Dacron string was not correct. Maybe I'll have to go back to that and check. All right, so this is the first bow I made, the one we shot 617 with in Istanbul. The one that shot 388 with a Dacron string, and this should be faster, I guess, but I don't know. Let's see. Huh. Maybe a fast flight string isn't faster than Dacron after all. So here goes another, just to confirm. So 374 the first time, and now 372. Yeah, I think that's pretty definitive. All right, so this is the heaviest one. This is 110 pounds. But let's start at the first draw length, which is 23.3, I think. There should be no overdraw here, I guess. Wow, okay. I don't think the string could handle that. But there is a reading and it says 346. All right, new string on the 110 pound bow. Let's see what it does at the first draw length at 23 inches. So then we have the same number, I think, 343. Alrighty, let's see again. Okay, so that's a different number. That's good. 344. I think we'll say that that's good. Then we increase 2 inches and hope for the best. Yeah, okay. So that is then 380. I think we're gonna pass 400 today. And finally we do the full draw at 27 inches, point something, I guess. Oh. Yay, we got 417. Cool, good. Let's replay that. And another shot with the 110 pound. Ooh, we got a bigger number. 428. Yeah. Well, I don't believe this one, because that's 515. That must be a misreading. This one seems more likely, 421. Okie doke, I think we have a number, 425. So that is what to expect from a 110 pound at 27 Turkish bow. Shot with a 200 grain arrow. And lastly, just a repeat of all the bows. This is the 103 pound. Let's see what it does again at full draw. That's 380. And then the 617 meter bow, which is probably 80 pounds, I think. That's 27. And that is 371. And then finally the 73 pound, the one that I shot 560 with at the practice round. The bow has not been changed since that, so let's see what does it do again. We had a couple of misreadings with this one. It was lying about 405 and 370, but I think it was due to the knocking points being off. Let's see what it does now. Yeah, so 371. So actually those two bows are pretty much the same speed, or giving the same speed. That's cool. which makes me wonder which one is the heaviest, or what is the difference in those two bows. Let's see if we can measure that. So this is the one that I assumed was 73 pounds at 27, and I'll put this rubber band here at 27 on the measuring stick. And it says something else. It says 83 pounds. Okay, let's try again. Maybe it was 83 pounds all along. Yeah, 82 maybe. I've been telling people that it was 73 pounds. Sorry about that. I thought so for some reason. I did measure it. Maybe it was the weight on the wall that was slightly different. Let's see, what about this one? Yeah, so this one is 80. Alright, since I cannot be trusted with the draw weight of all these bows, let me just check them here now. So we have one, this was 83, this was 80, I thought it was the opposite. Let's see what how far we can draw this one. This was the one that I said was 103 pounds. Not going to be able to do that by hand, but we can do it by feet, I suppose. And the scale might be it's not heavy enough, but strong enough. So there. So that is, I would estimate that to be 95, I guess, according to this weight. Or scale, I guess it's called. Let's see, what's this one? 110 pound. What will this be at 25 inches? So that's 2 less than full draw. So at 25 to the back, it is, yeah, it's 95 as well. So that makes sense. It would add about 10 pounds on those 2 inches. So 105, not 110. But I think maybe this scale is not super accurate. All right, so let us just test the bows with a digital scale as well. So I'm gonna measure them from the back and all to 27 inches from the back. And let's see, so this one is 92, 91 according to this weight. That is very strange. There is a big difference. It is zeroed out, and yeah, 92. Okay, and that's the reason why there is a lot of confusion. Let's see what the supposedly light one is. This was the one that I called the 73 pound bow, which is instead it is 91. Okay. I don't know what to believe now. And this is the 110. Let's wait with that. This is the one that I measured to 103 in the workshop with this weight, so it should be, but yeah, 101 maybe, I think. And this, if I can draw this. Does it say? There, yeah, 100 and I think it says 119. 100 and I cannot see it. 119, I think. Okay, everything is a little bit off. Here are the numbers. I did not add the ones that didn't seem right. And what is interesting to note is that this is, well, it's a shooting machine, and so the draw length is the same at all times. But there is a bit of variation, even though actually most of these shots were shot with just one arrow, or is the same arrow. And looking at the two first bows, this 560 meter and 617 meter bow, they do have the same speed, sort of. And I used, when practicing at home here in Norway, I used two of the same arrows that I used in Istanbul. And there was a difference of, I don't know, 57 meters. And so this difference must have been up to wind conditions, perhaps. Maybe a slightly longer draw in Istanbul. Comparing the two other bows, the two heavier ones, the 101 pound shoots about 380 at 27, while the 119 pound shoots this speed at 25 inches. So it means you could either full draw a 101 pound bow, or you could underdraw the 119 pound. And of course it would be heavier to draw the 119 pound anyway, because that's 25 inches. It would be 110, I guess. But I guess the big question is, if 370 feet per second gives you 617 meters, what amount of meters will 428 feet per second give you?